So Weghorst to Manchester United looks like it is a matter of time. We have had Fabrizio Romano come out with an exclusive today stating that Weghorst has agreed to come to Manchester United. Burnley are happy for it to happen. So long as Besiktas can agree a deal, Weghorst should become a Manchester United player in the near future. So for me, this is an unexpected deal. I wouldn't have went into the January transfer window thinking that we should go sign Weghorst, but he can be a very good option. So let's have a look at his strengths, his weaknesses, and ultimately where he fits in at Manchester United. So the thing that initially stands out about Weghorst is his size. He is an absolutely massive man, standing at 6'6". He will be a real aerial presence, something United have lacked all season. We haven't had enough goals from crosses, from corners. We've seen Rashford score a couple of headers, Casemiro has scored from set pieces, but Weghorst's size will be very, very useful for Manchester United, especially as we chase games and we look for late goals. Crosses from the likes of Luke Shaw, Bruno, Eriksen, when they have Weghorst to aim at in the box, it will be massively beneficial. So just a quick look at Weghorst. At age 30, he is really in his best years. He will not be getting any better than this. This is a short-term deal that could turn into a long-term deal if he has a success at Manchester United. Looking at those strengths, of course, he is very, very powerful at his size. He is also quite quick for a man who is 6'6". He does have a little bit of a turn of pace about him. He's strong as well, very physically imposing. He holds the ball up well, and he brings others into play, and that's something we have lacked all season, in my opinion. A striker who can hold off defenders, bring Bruno, bring Rashford, bring Anthony, Eriksen into play, and really start to help Man United in and around that penalty box. He will be a very, very useful tool for Erik ten Hag in the latter part of this season. As well, he is an absolute mentality monster, to use Jurgen Klopp's famous phrase, but Weghorst's mentality is something that has always stood out to me about him. When he went to Burnley initially, he didn't get on well with many of his teammates. They saw him as overly ambitious. He looked like a player who thought he was above them, and Erik ten Hag likes that, and if he likes it, I like it. I like a player with a bit of bite, a bit of self-belief, and most importantly, the confidence to go out on the pitch and deliver. So looking at his stats, we can see a player who this season for Besiktas is finding the back of the net on a pretty regular basis. Of course, 2 goals for Holland in the World Cup, very, very good. From Weghorst, looking as well, 10 goals in 29 matches and 4 assists as well. Shows me a striker who can bring others into play, set people up, and that will be very, very good when we look at our options. Really, Marcus Rashford, a lot of goals this season. Bruno, Anthony, Eriksen, those are players who are very good, but they need brought into play around the penalty box. So with Weghorst, we have another option and a different option. That's most important about Weghorst for me, is that he is something so different to what we currently have. I want to just highlight this as well. Weghorst is one of, if not the hardest working striker in all of European football. When we saw him come to Burnley, he was putting over 47 presses per match. Absolutely fantastic. As we know, Ten Hag likes pressing from the front. We haven't seen enough of it at United this season, and he definitely will add that. This season he's averaging 14 presses per 90, which is very, very good numbers for a striker, especially of his size, a large, physically imposing man, hurrying down defenders. He will be able to win the ball off them, and he is a very defensive striker. Think in the mould of Mikel Antonio, perhaps, from West Ham. You know, he might not be the most prolific in front of goal, but he certainly is a very, very useful tool in Erik ten Hag's arsenal. And if he is the difference between Manchester United finishing top 4 and not finishing top 4, winning a trophy or not winning a trophy, he will be worth every penny that we are paying for him. And this could be a deal that Manchester United look to make permanent. There are a couple of rumblings that this could happen for a relatively low fee of around 5 to 10 million. If he comes in, does well, works well with the other players, and is a success, that is an option that I think we could really exercise in the summer. Bring in another option, have more striking options. We will be going for a big striker, a Vlahovic, Harry Kane, and a Zinchenko in the summer, but we need more options, and Weghorst could be a very, very solid option. He is someone so different to who Manchester United currently have. So how will Weghorst fit in at Manchester United? Well, in that striking position is his own. He will be the number 9 if he comes in, predominantly to be used off the bench, if I'm going to have a guess at it, but he can be a real difference maker for Manchester United. Looking at our players, Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Anthony, Eriksen, Luke Shaw, Diogo Dalot, we have great players in the final third who are very creative, but we don't have that outlet. We don't have that man to hit in the middle. Very often Anthony Martial will drop back to the edge of the box. He likes being in that left hand side where he can curl the ball into the top right corner. That is a bit of a signature move of Anthony Martial, and as well as that, Weghorst's natural size, his ability to hold up the ball and bring others in, be so beneficial to Manchester United. We look better with Anthony Martial on the pitch because he can bring others into play. He can hold the ball up and pass to Bruno or Rashford, Anthony, Eriksen, and in my opinion, Weghorst would be an addition to this, and he would be an improvement in my opinion as well. His natural strength and his size will be very useful. Of course, he will be a man to hit in the box and with crosses, with cutbacks, and that is something United have lacked. When we look at our team, very often this season we see players looking for cutbacks. Having a guy who will make a near post run, a far post run, will add more options. It'll disrupt opposition defences and make us less predictable, and in my opinion that will be a big benefit. United haven't scored enough goals this season. Weghorst, if he comes in, puts 5-10 goals in between now and the end of the season, would be a fantastic buy in my opinion, and this could be a deal we look to make permanent. His mentality is very good. Obviously Erik tenhag has fancied him for a while now. There was links at Ajax, and he definitely could come in and recapture some of the form that he showed at Wolfsburg that made him one of the informed strikers in Europe at one point in time. So for me, Weghorst will be a very solid addition to Manchester United. He is what I would describe as the perfect loan signing. If he comes in, does well, United can make the deal permanent. Burnley will look to sell, I am pretty sure of it. So this could be a deal that works very well for all parties. Weghorst could have an addition to play for Manchester United. His mentality, his work rate, his ability to hold the ball up will be a massive boost for Erik ten Hag's side, and in my opinion this could be a very solid signing. Looking at other options who we have been linked to, the likes of João Felix, in this window Cody Gakpo, they're not natural number 9s, and Erik ten Hag's system could work a lot better with a proper number 9 up front, and Weghorst certainly is that. For me, this is a deal that makes a lot of sense, and it's good to see Manchester United are finally going to get their manager another striker in this transfer window. So that is Weghorst to Manchester United. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. As always guys, are you happy with the signing of Weghorst, or who would you rather have signed in this January transfer window? Looking at the summer window, big names being linked to Manchester United: Ziemhen, Vlahovic, Harry Kane. Let me know who you think we should sign in the summer down below, and as always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and we'll see you in the next one.